of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Doop. Shamma-lamma ding-dong-loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
You're listening to Being Mr. Boop. Why don't you recap Mr. Boop for a change? My name is Ryan Pfeiffer, and I am Mr. Boop.
My name's Lisa Doop, and I am Mr. Boop.
Lisa, it's Tuesday, September 30th, 2020. Today we're reading the 175th ever Mr. Boop strip.
That's crazy! Too many!
What happens in today's Mr. Boop? We can't complain.
Oh yeah, that's
with how Being Jim Davis has his...
I mean, we've got 175 episodes of this show, so we're hypocrites if we say there's too many episodes, right? If we say there's too many strips, we've done just as many.
I don't quite follow. What happens in today's Mr. Boop?
In today's Mr. Boop, Alec flirts. Now I did the one finger.
Yeah, there's also the half air quotes.
Yes. So in panel 1, we see Alec. He's looking at his motherfucking phone. It's 'cause he be on that phone. It's because he be on that phone. Well, there's...
all comic strip artists born after 1993. Any comic strip artist born after 1993 can't be in a healthy relationship.
Oh, all they know
is Subway.
Okay.
Charge their phone. Have threesomes. Be bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
Make comic strip. And lie.
Well, after some sneaky research, I've discovered Alec Robbins was born in 1990. So, you lose that one.
Okay, born after 1990.
No, he was born in 1990.
Okay, born after 1989.
Yeah, there we go.
Are you happy now?
Yes! Obviously, I'm happy now.
I found an Eat Hot Chip and Lie tier list, but there's only one hot chip on this list.
Huh.
The rest are just regular chips.
The others are lies, I guess.
There's no lies either. It's just different chips.
No, I mean the ones that aren't chips are lies.
Oh!
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, panel... He's still on his phone. He's smirking as he's looking at it. He's holding his phone up almost in like a talkie position.
Mm-hmm. And he says, well, actually...
He's not
saying this.
No. He's texting this, and there's a text speech bubble. There's a text bubble coming from his phone. It's like that square, that like rounded square shaped bubble with the little, like the messaging bubble,
The type you see on phones.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I would say kind of because it's like the comic version of that, where it's like it's that trope where it's like it's coming from a phone to show, like
yeah,
to show the I don't know, whatever. I'm
overexplaining.
But anyway, he is texting. Well, actually, I just go by. Oh no, he's not saying this. You misled me, Lisa.
Yeah, no, I corrected myself. I said he's not saying this. Anyway,
so okay.
He's reading.
Let me just explain how this strip is laid out. There's 4 panels. We see Alec in one. We see Liz or whatever in the other, and then we see Alec again, and then we see Liz again. They're texting back and forth, and whenever we see Alec, we're reading a text from Liz, from Dream. No, sorry, she's not wearing a mask, so it's not Dream.
And she'll never wear a mask again.
I hope that's not true. Whenever we see her, we're reading a text from Alec. So we see Alec in panel 1. He's smirking. He's looking at his phone. And what does her text say?
Well, I actually just go by Liz. Lol. Liz in quotation marks.
Haha, lol. Do you see that? This is like theater bootlegs out of context account.
What?
They had a clip from the. You know what? Never mind. There's a clip from the Simpsons movie, and someone was laughing at the Simpsons movie, and they said, "Ha ha, lol," in the theater audience
That's
for the
great.
Simpsons movie.
That's great.
That's
stuff.
that's definitely what I'm like when I watch the Simpsons movie in theaters
Yeah.
for the first time.
I
2007.
Yeah, I was saying. Oh, that's so 2007. You see the Bob's Burgers movie in theaters?
You know, I didn't. When the Simpsons movie came out, I was still like actively watching the Simpsons pretty much. I remember seeing the first announcement commercial for it live when it was like, oh, there's a new big announcement for the Simpsons movie. There's a big announcement coming for the Simpsons. Stay tuned in the break during the Simpsons to see it. And then it was like the first announcement commercial for the Simpsons movie. And it was like 27 years in the making or whatever. And it's like, no, it's not. You weren't working on the movie the whole time the show was on the air.
Woohoo! Announces Homer.
And then, so I was actively watching the movie when it came out. But with Bob's Burgers, I haven't seen it since like season.
Well, yeah,
1 or
that's
2,
the thing.
so-
That's the thing. I think the Bob's Burgers movie came out like pretty late. The bubbles kind of burst.
Well,
with
so
those
did
burgers.
the Simpsons movie, but the
Yeah,
Simpsons.
exactly. I think the thing is,
I was still watching the Simpsons when it came out.
I think the thing
But
with
I'm not
the Bob's
watching
Burgers
Bob's
movie.
Burgers, so I feel like I'm not equipped to watch it or whatever.
The thing
like,
with no,
I feel like I would be lost with the character relationships or whatever, or any of that, or how any dynamics that have changed or whatever. Like,
yeah.
hey, where's Jimmy Pesto? Huh? What happened to him? What could have possibly happened?
I don't know. I don't know how the character relationships in this episodic show have changed. But
they have a little bit, you know, that it happens.
But the thing with the Bob's Burgers movie is that like I mean,
If
you
I
know the
stopped
big
watching
thing.
Family Guy in season 3 and they released a movie now, I would not. It would be totally different.
I mean, you know the did you hear the the thing about it is that it's the first theatrically released wide theatrically released 2D animation to come out in like over a decade. The last one was
Yeah, that
Princess
did.
and the
I mean, I
Frog.
kind of wanted to see it.
I
for
wanted
that,
to see it for that, yeah, but
But also,
I
a lot.
snoozed and
I
lost.
mean, the animation looks really good, but it also looked kind of creepy. The little bit of animation that I saw.
I think I
It was
didn't
just
see
like
anything.
it was like
from
too smooth.
I was like, I feel like it was in theaters for like a really short amount of time
Yep, definitely.
because I would have seen it.
They
if
wanted
there
it
was
to
more.
fail.
But yeah, that's the thing. This movie began production before Disney bought Fox, so it's like I think that they were just like, oh, well, it's too expensive to cancel, you know, and like we'll just drop it out when Multiverse of Madness is out, so that you know. But then again,
They could have easily put it directly to streaming too, though.
yeah, I know.
Well, maybe it was in contract that it had to be in theaters.
Yeah. I really wanted to see it though. And I like Bob's Burgers enough.
Yeah, I also like Bob's Burgers enough that I could have seen it in theaters. I just felt like it had been so long since I watched it regularly that it just was like, I don't know if I'm enough of a fan or whatever.
So in panel 2, we see Liz looking down at her phone. Oh, she's smitten. Her eye, you know, she's like looking down, smirking at the phone.
I would
Very
not say I
interesting.
would not read this as smitten. She's just kind of
Unlike
somewhat pleased, like Alec is in panel 1.
meow, meow. That's what she's saying.
What?
Anyway,
What did you say?
she's saying meow,
Meow?
meow. Yeah,
Why would she be
Arr.
saying meow?
because she's interested. You know.
What?
Mr.
What?
Boop. Ooh, yeah, you know. Meow.
Oh, okay,
Like
whatever.
catcalling.
Alec has a text bubble coming from Liz's phone in panel 2, which reads, "Ha ha ha, that's probably for the best. I might feel a bit weird flirting with W/someone really named Betty."
Now that's the thing.
Betty's
He's like
quotes. The W/ is a with.
he's like hiding his true desires. You know. he would love to be texting someone called Betty, but he's like, oh no, I'm a gentleman, you know, and this is how these
I
freaks
don't
are
know
when you
if
text
I
them.
read it like that. I feel like he's trying to act a little bit more realistically, like a little like he's starting this new arc of the comic off with like a slightly more realistic depiction of himself, where because he's like, I'm not really that weird in real life.
Yeah.
We're supposed to read it like oh, I mean, because the real version of Alec isn't like actually obsessed with Betty Boop. It's just a bit.
Yeah, it's just a bit.
It's a bitty boop.
Interesting
Panel
to
3.
know. Wait, I have one thing.
Okay. Nope.
Her phone has a case on, but his does not.
I assumed
this
it was
is-
just a different color phone.
No, I don't know. It looks like a case to me. It's thicker.
No, it's
Right.
not.
It's like it's got a certain thickness in the way that
No, this is definitely just a different kind of phone.
Nah.
Also, you know what?
The
You know what?
camera's a different color, so it's like.
I think he honestly could have a case as well.
Oh, well, I mean, hypothetically, but that's just you're just making illusions to yourself. Then.
No, I'm
You know,
not.
like, oh, you're-
I think he does
you're
have a
going
case. Look
crazy.
back at yesterday's strip. The white
No.
outline, I think, is the case, and then the black part is the actual phone.
I disagree.
They're the gray part, whatever.
You're
Everything's
wrong.
gray.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, you got me.
Anyway, panel 3, Alec is looking at his phone again, but now he's smiling a little bit more and he's blushing.
I'll be so excited by what he said to him.
What does the text from Liz say?
Oh, Lamau, so we're flirting
What?
now, are we? Oh, sorry, I meant Lamau. Oh, so we're flirting now. I don't know how
Are
I
we?
meant to read that.
Like,
I mean, I-
oh, so we're flirting now, are we?
I guess I would have put a what is it called, an indent in the made it LMAO. Then the next line. Oh, so we're flirting now, are we? I don't know. I don't know how fucking 30-year-olds text each other.
You wouldn't write it like that ever?
Not really. This is so weird and clunky.
I mean,
I'd
don't
put
know.
Lamau and then next message. So we're flirting now, are we? Question mark. But I mean, we're millennials.
No, I think it's read like-
we're Zoomers and
LMAO, oh, so we're flirting now, are we? Like, it's all one thought. It's like the LMAO is a tone setter.
no.
It's
You-
not like
I'd still-
she's not laughing at what he said and then saying that. It's a tone setter. Like when you like how he said LOL at the end of his first message.
Yeah, but that's naturalistic. That's how I'd say that. I'd put LOL. I wouldn't put Lamau at the start of a sentence. I would say Lamau and then say some more. LMAO is either the punctuation of the whole thing.
But
I think
it
that it's
is
weird.
like punctuation at the start though.
No,
You wouldn't say LOL at the start?
I wouldn't. I mean,
You
yeah,
said
but
LOL at the
LOL,
start in the next message.
LOL is different. I think that this is. I just think this is clunky and weird. That's all I'm
I
saying.
don't think it's that different. I think it's just a level. I think it's just different levels. LOL is one level. LMAO is like slightly more.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't. I would. All I'm saying is I wouldn't do this, and it confused me when reading it. I was like, what? Lamau. Oh, so
Must
we're
be a
flirting.
British thing.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, in panel 4 we see Betty again. Now she's holding the phone with both hands,
Oh.
and she's also smiling more. Her eyebrows are inward, and she's blushing. Alex's eyebrows are also a little bit like whatever. How do you describe this with the eyebrows? Inverted?
And they're arched.
Inverted. Arched, whatever. His were also in
Yes.
panel 3. And her pupils are a little bit more wide as well.
She's in love.
and she's getting a text from Alec which reads, "LOL, I do think we are, yes, but I'm very stupid, so let me know if I'm wrong."
Now
let me know
LMK. That's how that's phrased as Ryan was
Yes.
about to say.
It's
That's a very this is millennials texting each other all day. This is just how they type. Ugh.
I don't know if I would use. This is just me personally. I don't know if I would use LMK in the middle of a thought like that.
I think
if I was gonna use LMK as let me know, it would be like at the end or like you said, like as its own message.
Exactly.
Well, not exactly. 'Cause I'm not agreeing with what I think. This is kind of a different point.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm saying. I think that I think that this is a generational divide thing. Because I think this is so
For us?
No, for us and Alec Robbins. I think that Alec Robbins being slightly older than us is like using
How old
these
are you?
things like he's 30 years old when writing
were you
this.
born after 2000?
I was born 2001.
Okay, so we're different generations in my eyes.
This guy.
I would say I'm a millennial. I don't know if I've said this before. I consider anyone born after 2000 Gen Z and everyone before millennial. That's a perfect cutoff. I don't know why people disagree with that. Like, oh, 1996 or what? Just extend it 4 years. Like, fuck it. 2000 is the perfect cutoff. People are saying, oh, the first Gen Z people running for Senate. I saw a headline that said that, and it's like, I mean, I couldn't run for Senate, right? And
I think
not Gen Z. I would say I'm not.
I think that. I mean,
there's so many things. Here was a thing that I was thinking. You don't know what Boxy is, right? You didn't know what Boxy is. Cadence didn't know who Boxy is. Sophia didn't know who Boxy is. Most of the Gen Zers that I messaged, anyone born after 2000s that I messaged, they didn't really know who Boxy was. They're like, I guess maybe I've heard that name. This is a huge divide between millennials and Gen Z. Gen Z doesn't know who Boxy is.
I wouldn't argue you're the same generation as Alec Robbins. I'd argue he's an older millennial.
I wouldn't. Well, he's an older millennial.
I'd say that. I mean, the thing is, you need to have consider yourself a millennial. You need to have been like a teenager.
I don't relate to anyone my age anyway, other than kind of stuff like that. But like,
you need to.
How old is he?
He's 30 from 1990.
See, I can't even tell a lot of the time. Like,
but I
would think like Doja Cat is older than me, but I guess she's only like 26 and I'm 24. Like, I can't even tell when someone's when there's like a celebrity that's like my age. I always just assume they're older than me.
I think that I don't know. I'd say that it's more about the definition of millennial is more about like as in whether you had your formative years in those surrounding the millennium. I think is generally.
And I feel like I did.
That is defined by.
That I agree, and I think because I was born in 1998, I'm not gonna say I'm a 90s kid, but I was raised with a lot of 90s stuff as opposed to 2000 stuff. I was definitely raised with 2000 stuff, but mostly like in terms of like some PBS Kids cartoons and stuff. But like the games I played as a kid were like 90s games. In fact, a lot of the reruns of cartoons I saw were also 90s cartoons. So like it's very, very, very borderline. I mean, and I guess I'm just kind of like. I am just kind of on the border anyway, but I personally feel like I identify more with 90s, late 90s millennial stuff.
I'd consider like my formative years to be the sorry, I gotta lose my voice here. My formative years to be the 2010s, but I do remember like as a baby being like, oh yeah, the 90s and stuff, like VHS tapes. You know.
Well, I guess it depends what you think what you call formative years.
Like, you know.
What is formative
when I was
years?
like I mean like as in I consider it from being like when you're I consider it like when you're formative but you're conscious enough to know that you're being formative. So like
what is
from
formative?
13 to 19 is my consideration.
What?
13 to 19. That's when I count it. Like, I think the teen years are a perfect judge
I
of
guess
the
I
culture
assumed
you grew
formative
up
meant like when your consciousness is forming.
in. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that it's like... Yeah, no, I consider it like your teen years are the best indicator of what the culture you grew up in was. And that's how I mark generations, really. I don't care if that's not what the government is telling me to do, but you know.
I've lost track of this conversation because I saw a tweet about Snoopy branded lasagna.
Gotta tell you,
let's wrap this up.
they're coming for us, man. They're taking our brains. The pigeons aren't real.
Yeah. So before we go, let's overview this comic a little bit. So it's Alec and Betty, or Liz, whatever. Whatever.
Okay, Betty.
Why are we okay? So she could be called Betty. She could be called Liz, but she's not called Lisa.
Yeah, exactly. You can
Liz,
call her Betty.
that's already the love interest in Garfield. That's a different daily comic strip recap podcast, Alec. You're gonna get us confused.
But she doesn't have to call me Liz.
God damn it. But she doesn't have to call. My name is Elizabeth Boop Doop Boop Doop.
Yes. Yes, it is, Ryan.
Yeah. Liz, that's such a weird... I mean, there's Liz in Elizabeth. What do we get? I mean, are we just going to call her Liz? I guess that's what her name is in the comic. Name.
Yeah. What do you... Yes.
Let's just call her Lisa. That's less confusing.
What do you mean?
Oh, Lisa. It's just like being Mr. Boop because one of them is named John.
Oh my god, it's true.
One of them is named Jonathan, and in the
different.
comic there's a character named John, and then for us, one of the characters is named Elizabeth, and then one of the hosts is named Lisa.
It's true.
Elizabeth. It's the same.
Yeah. It's the same.
Alright, you've been listening to Being Mr. Boop.
Ooh. Or Being
Your
Mr.
least favorite podcast released on this day of the week. You can visit the show's website at www.beingmrboop.com for our full catalog of episodes and a sign up to host a podcast. Please do. For more updates, follow at Mr. Boop Pod on Twitter. or come to my house and kill my neighbors.
Do it.
Do it.
He'll laugh.
Hey,
He's a psycho.
it's just a suggestion. I'm not asking. I'm not saying anyone should. It's just a suggestion, so I can't be prosecuted for it.
Yeah.
Lisa, who do you want to be killed?
Oh, listeners, get Ryan.
Oh no.
This is...
It's so noisy here. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you and good night.
Well, married to the world famous Betty Boop. She was a little lucky guy. So in love, might make you puke. She's the apple of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Doop. Shamma-lamma ding-dong, loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
This podcast was brought to you by the Pitch Drop Podcast Network. Like what you just heard? Support the show by going to patreon.com/pitchdrop. And while you're at it, check out pitchdrop.net for more of this and other shows.